Budget previews in today's newspapers reveal an intriguing blend of fiscal strife and political theatre, with Sir Keir Starmer's administration bracing for the October the 30th budget and mounting tension rife within the cabinet ranks, with reports of senior cabinet members making representations for moderation. The spending cuts, reportedly as severe as 20% for some departments, have rattled even seasoned ministers like Angela Rayner and Shabana Mahmood. These cuts, aimed at plugging a $22 billion black hole identified by Rachel Reeves, which won't manifest until 2028, seem draconian at a time when public demand on services has surged to an all-time high. The stakes are, how should we put it, lofty. The UK currently faces the highest tax levels in decades and has unprecedented borrowing. Despite claims that these cuts won't return us to austerity, the reality remains stark. Protecting investment spending may necessitate slashing day-to-day services, and Reeves' focus on long-term investment, rather than immediate relief, highlights Labour's prioritisation of economic stability over short-term satisfaction. Yet that stability may come at a politically expensive cost. Too high. Meanwhile, the public sector reels from its highest wage settlements in years, leaving unprotected departments from housing to transport particularly vulnerable. Ministers argue that deep cuts will not only harm essential services but also undercut growth, highlighting the paradox of Labour's austerity-light strategy. And of course, the London Underground is about to go on strike. So all the money to pay off the workers hasn't worked, has it? People want more. What we need to do is to fix the underlying problems. And as Sir Keir faces mounting pressure from quangos and regulatory bodies, this budget is shaping up to be an exercise not just in balancing the books, but also implicating a restless political base. And at the core of this debate is Labour's challenge to deliver on campaign promises without deepening debt or raising taxes significantly. Here lies the crux of the matter. Without the luxury of additional borrowing, Reeves is left with limited options to soften the impact. Quangos and regulatory bodies demand more, while departments strain under tight budgets. It's a verifiable fiscal quagmire, literally a deep dive, as the YouTube aficionados want to call in-depth reports, with Labour caught between a rock and a particularly hard place of its own making. Moreover, the wider political context cannot be ignored. The Conservative leadership race unfolds with second-rate candidates like Robert Jenrick and Cami Badenoch rallying their bases opposed to migration and woke culture, and they exemplify the rightward tilt of the Tories, embracing deregulation as a solve for economic woes. Their rhetoric about reducing quango power, reining in judicial activism, escaping the clutches of the European Court of Human Rights, speaks to a desire for a constitutional reset, a vision that sharply contrasts with Labour's regulatory approach. The upcoming budget is not just about balancing finances. It reflects a larger ideological shift and the battleground of modern British politics. Labour wrestles with the realities of fiscal restraint and accountability, while the Conservatives position themselves as defenders of sovereignty and deregulation in the knowledge that they, unlike Starmer, do not have to deliver. At least not for 5 years, probably not for 10 years, maybe not for 14 years. Both parties are acutely aware that the electorate, weary after years of economic stagnation, expects bold, tangible change. And as Starmer's team treads a fiscal tightrope, therefore, they will need more than just accounting tricks, the le jeu de main of an experienced wizard to win public trust. Labour will need to show that it can govern effectively and compassionately without losing its footing in this tight race to the bottom.